Especially in times like these, we believe that our music community is more important than ever. And that's why we wanted to introduce you to some of the fans behind your favorite fan accounts.
Hi, my name is Matthew Abels, and I am a Taylor Swift superfan. The very first time I heard Taylor Swift was in the car on my way to school on my first day of 6th grade when Love Story actually came on the radio, and obviously I loved it instantly. But the first time that I really became a fan was the I think it was the Grammy Awards whenever she sang Mean on the award. I believe it was the Grammys. I'd have to double check on that. And after that I started going all in, and I would say I was full on stan by Red era. But yeah, I've been a Taylor Swift fan, I would say hardcore for at least 6 or 7 years. Well, I've had some time to think about all of my ideas that I have over quarantine, thinking just, how can I use the things that I love and combine the talents that I have into one thing. I was like, well, I really like theme parks and I really like Taylor Swift. I wonder if I could put those two together. And then one day it dawned on me. I think it was actually on my birthday, on my 22nd birthday, when it dawned on me. I was like, wait a second, I could make a Taylor Swift theme park. I could design it. And then I figured out, okay, I could have these rides, whatever, but I was like, how would I even demonstrate this Taylor Swift theme park? I was like, do I make a map? But then if I make a map, I have to explain everything, and I can't put these long giant descriptions on the map. And I was like, well, I have to make a video, and then I came up with a whole script and everything. So it was quite a process, but it really just dawned on me, it was an instant thing. It was Taylor Swift theme park. Whenever I designed it, I had no intention for it to be real whatsoever. I just made it as a fun project as a fan. But then I've had so many people contact me and say, I wouldn't only pay hundreds of dollars for this, I would pay thousands of dollars for this. I would fly to this from Italy, from, all halfway across the world, the Philippines. I would sleep on the street for a week to attend this. I'm like, well, maybe this should be a thing. So I didn't exactly have a specific location in mind when I was creating it. However, I realized once I created it, should it be in Nashville, where her career started? Should it be in Pennsylvania, where she was born? But yeah, I think Pennsylvania would be a really good choice, actually. Reputation, for sure. Reputation has the Look What You Made Me Do ride, and that is one of my favorite Taylor songs. And it's just such an incredible attraction. That song and video are incredible in my personal opinion, and I feel like that attraction really brings it to life. And as well as the Getaway Car attraction, that's actually my favorite Taylor song. So Reputation has a lot of personal connection to me. I would say that my favorite ride overall is probably Look What You Made Me Do. However, it has some strong competition. I really like the Bad Blood Swift Cycle Drift attraction. That one's really an innovative ride, as well as the Speak Now Snowplow. That one is a ride that you couldn't find anywhere else in the world. It's completely original to my brain, and obviously Taylor Swift's brain. Well, initially I planned to draw it out, but then I realized I'm not really an artist in the traditional drawing sense. So I realized I had to borrow from other works that have already been done, yet make it my own. So luckily I am very well versed in Photoshop. So what I did is I found existing, for example, the Out of the Woods log flume attraction. I found 5 different log flumes that exist across the world, and I sort of combined them using Photoshop, and then made a few elements that are my own and put some Out of the Woods music video, literal screenshots from the music video in there, and combined all of it and used Photoshop to put 4 filters on it to make it look like it was hand-drawn, watercolor illustrated, and I think the poster edges effect. And I put all of the attractions in the park using that kind of method. I would say that overall it took around 150 hours, and it wasn't all 150 hours at once. I spread this out for a long time. So it was I did 2 to 3 hours a day in my free times, and then the last week I really spent 6 to 7 hours a day on the finishing touches. At the beginning of quarantine, I was thinking all these memes Albert Einstein invented this in quarantine, all this happened. I was like, maybe I could make a good use of my quarantine. I didn't invent the cure to the coronavirus, but hey, I made a Taylor Swift theme park, so that's awesome too. I made the video and I figured out that the theme park map was a big element, obviously, to the attraction. I posted it on Twitter, and it actually only did get 1 like, to be fair, for like the first hour. And then I was like, okay, maybe TikTok. So what I did is I made a video separate from the YouTube video, just with my phone, a vertical video, and I showed the map on my computer, and I was like, okay, I made a Taylor Swift theme park. There are these lands. And you can check out the whole video on YouTube, and that instantly, like within like 2 hours, it had 100,000 views on TikTok, and then it went on to Twitter, and people found it there, and people were posting about it, and then like some like journalists saw it, and then the articles started coming about it, and then finally there was a Billboard article, as well as an MTV article, and Entertainment Tonight, and then that's when it really started to, you know, get some traction. I've actually been very lucky. I've seen Taylor, I think 15 times, which is a lot, I'm aware. So like whenever she came to my city, she did 2 nights in Dallas, and I went to both nights because, you know, that's just what I do. And then I went to Houston, I went to Nashville, I went to Los Angeles, I went to New York, I went to Chicago. Like, I made a whole thing out of the Reputation tour specifically. And also I've been really lucky that she's done a number of free events, because I'm not made of money, I'm not rich by any means. But, you know, when she does TV tapings like Good Morning America, or certain award shows that like fans are able to get free tickets to attend, I always try to put my name in the lottery for those. And I've been very lucky to have some good experiences there. It depends on if she has seen the theme park or not. So like if she's seen the theme park, I would probably, you know, ask her, what do you think about, you know, some certain attractions, or, you know, what do you think about the general idea of making a Taylor Swift theme park in the future? If she hasn't seen the theme park, let's say that, you know, the theme park is not in her interest, I would just probably, I would actually ask her just a bunch of really random questions. Be like, so what is your favorite ride at Disneyland? You know, how did you come up with the idea for this? You know, I would just, like, very random questions, because that's just how my mind works. I would have to say the final night of the Reputation tour in Dallas was really good. So that was really up there, as well as the Dangerous Woman tour from Ariana Grande. I would say those are my top 2 concerts I've been to. Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, and drumroll please, Katy Perry, only if she sang all of Teenage Dream from start to finish. Seeing how the artist can elevate the music into a full stage show. And then especially when you're surrounded by so many other people who have common interests to you, that's all pretty amazing. Well, first of all, I want the fans who have watched my Taylor Swift theme park video to know that thank you so much for watching it. I know it's a long video, and I appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. But also, know that I'm not like this crazy psychomaniac, wild person who like obsesses over different like facets of Taylor Swift all day. I'm a normal fan that just happened to have some time to use my creativity, and I feel like you could too. Like, the possibilities are endless.